What's up, writer friends? So welcome to my vlog. Today is Monday, January 26th. Work was canceled today because of the ice storm that happened and it just wasn't safe for anybody to drive. So I didn't have work today. I didn't have work yesterday for the same reason, and work was cut short on Saturday because the storm was hitting. So I've had some time. Have I used that time wisely? Maybe not. But tonight it is 6:53 p.m. and I have been working on my zero draft for Project Lady Night. Sorry, you're bouncing on my computer right now. Let me put you over here so you're not bouncing around. I think we may be able to finish the zero draft for Project Lady Night tonight. I was asked, I post on my TikTok, which is author LJ Barnes. I was asked what a zero draft was, and I am by no means the end all be all on the definition of a zero draft. But to me, what I am considering my zero draft for Project Lady Night is just a document that is me telling the story in the most basic of terms that I can. Basically, it is me not describing anything or adding dialogue or anything like that. Basically, I'm just writing the bare bones of the story. It is a single spaced document and I'm on page 7. I'm thinking there's going to be around 9 to 10 pages of this, and that is just like my first go through. This is just a zero draft. Like I said, nothing is set in stone or super detailed. So 9 to 10 pages of just straight up telling the story in the most basic of terms, I feel really good about. And yeah, so that is what I'm doing with my zero draft. I was feeling really overwhelmed with a outline. I talked to my friend Carla, I talked to my friend Peyton, and I was just like, I've never outlined before, and I never also finished projects, so maybe outlining is the way to go, but I also just couldn't figure out a way that outlining would work for me. And I was actually at a coffee shop with Peyton, and Peyton was like, kind of just brainstorm and just put your thoughts out on paper, and it doesn't have to be anything structured. And so I started this, and she was like, it kind of sounds like you're zero drafting. And I was like, I really like that. So that's what I've been doing for about a week now. Is I haven't been working on it every day, but I would like to, and I'd love to finish it tonight, but zero draft. And I am kind of almost at the climax, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it and just getting this story out in full force. Normally when I write about it, I just write like the big points throughout it, but getting to write all the little scenes that I have kind of had in my head in very basic terms has been really helpful for me. So maybe if you're someone who struggles with outlining, this may be helpful for you too. Also, I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers, so sorry that this has just been on the screen, but yes, so hopefully tonight is the night we will finally finish this zero draft, and then we can get to first drafts very soon. So yes, thank you for joining in, and I will get back to writing and update you in a little bit. Like I said, it is currently 6:56 p.m. So let us see where we get to. Hey guys, so it is now 7:20 and I wrote 2 pages. I just was flying because I hit the climax and just was like, pew. So I am almost 9 pages and I just wrote the last little bit. So it's a little shorter than I thought it was going to be, the zero draft, but I think I could go through and do like a 0.2 draft and just add in, because there's some like threads that I introduce about our main character's father and magic and stuff that I don't carry through to the rest, which is obviously something that if in the first draft that I actually write doesn't happen, I can just, when I edit, make sure that thread comes, sorry, my laptop got unplugged, make sure that thread comes through. But I'm not really worried about it right now. I'm probably gonna take a little bit of an eyeball break, maybe make some coffee, and just chillax for a little bit, and then maybe come back to it, do a single read through of the 9 pages and just add some details that I want to. Right now, number of words wise, word count wise, we're at 4,960 words for the zero draft. So I had a lot of fun writing this. I think this is going to be my new process when attacking some projects. But yes, so the plan for tonight is just to relax, maybe watch an episode of Bob's Burgers. I need to listen to an audiobook that I've been reading. Just kind of take a break from writing for a little bit tonight and then come back to it in like an hour and read over it and finish up this zero draft, because I would love to start writing my actual first draft. I'm going to be printing this out on paper so I can physically just have it to look at and highlight and mark up, and you can kind of see it. I have like paragraphs, but each paragraph is not necessarily a scene because there's multiple scenes in each kind of block, but they have their own kind of tone and mission to each paragraph. So yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm really excited about this, and yeah, let me know if you do zero drafts or you're more of like a strict outliner or a pantser. Please let me know. I'm very, very curious. I love learning about people's writing process. I love watching writing vlogs. I love watching TikToks about writing. So just let me know your process. I would love to hear it. And yeah, so I'll check in with you guys a little bit later when I have taken a little break from this and come back to it. Hey guys, it is now just kidding, it's 10 o'clock on Monday night. Monday, not Sunday. Monday, January 26th. It's been like 2.5 hours since I wrapped up my zero draft, and I'm gonna read through it for the first time. I did not read through this as I was writing it. It was like just full stream of conscious, getting it all out on paper. So I'm gonna read through it and add to it in a few places. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm expecting maybe to get it to 9 pages. Right now it's at 8, but I expect maybe to add about a page in between all of the rest of the pages. But I'm really happy with it. I just drank a cup of coffee. Maybe not the best idea because I also had a Baja Blast tonight, so we'll see if I sleep tonight. But yeah, let's get to this and give it a good read through, see what we've got to work with for my first draft. And yeah, so if you have any questions for me about my writing process or my zero draft or anything, my story, anything like that, please leave them in the comments down below. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button. This is not the end of the video. I just wanted to say hello. So nice to meet you. I'm LJ Barnes. I'm writing a sapphic fantasy novel, and I would love to have you here as a writer friend. So let me get to reading this zero draft, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Hey guys, so it is now like 10:30, and I showed you guys that I added about 500, I believe, words, like maybe 600 words to the zero draft. And I'm smiling like this because I read through it and I'm really happy with it. And I'm one of those people that's so hard on my own writing that it's very hard for me to like feel like, wow, that was actually pretty good. And this is my first novel that I'm writing. I have published a poetry book before, but this is so different than that. And it just feels so good. I just feel really happy and really accomplished. And that is a really, really good feeling to have. So I know I have a lot of work ahead of me to draft this thing and edit it and all the good stuff. The plan for this is to one day query it and hopefully get it out there into the world through traditional publishing, but we will see. Obviously, that is a lot to hope for, but I'm not going to stop hoping for it just because it's a lot to hope for. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining me tonight on finishing my zero draft adventure. We have a kitty cat with me. But thank you so much for joining me on my finishing my zero draft adventure, and I hope to see you very soon when I start draft 1 of Project Lady Night. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!